The last set ended in chaos. Two players collapsed under the weight of exhaustion, one couldn't even stand, the other vomited on the sideline. For a full minute, nothing moved. Silence hung over the court like a heavy fog. Then, almost unnervingly, Carlos Alcaraz picked up his racket, bouncing back as if it were just another day of casual practice. To witness it was to watch human limits redefined in real time. The footage and details of this match alone are enough to make anyone hit subscribe to see the breakdown. But there's far more behind the scenes, behind the highlights that showcase impossible angles, breathtaking winners, and recoveries that seem to defy physics. What's increasingly drawing attention isn't just Alcaraz's performance during matches, it's the culture of training that has shaped him into one of the most dominant young athletes in the world. Clips from practice sessions, social media posts, and leaked footage have painted a picture of a regimen so intense that the internet has labeled it brutal. But what does that word really mean in this context? Carlos Alcaraz, at just 22, has already reached the pinnacle of the tennis world, and there's no mystery about how he got here. Interviews and feature pieces consistently reveal a level of obsessive attention to detail. From meticulous stretching routines to diet experiments, from micro-adjustments in recovery strategies to high-intensity court drills, every element of his life is fine-tuned toward performance. Even minor changes in nutrition or recovery methods are tracked, analyzed, and connected to tangible gains in performance. This is the environment that makes the term brutal more than clickbait. It's the natural outcome of an athlete pushing every input to the max. The leaked clips that have fueled online speculation show short, fragmented bursts of intense training. On-court drills with almost no breathing time, relentless volleys, and repeated sprints where the player literally runs until they cannot catch their breath. Some content creators have tried to recreate these routines, while others claim the clips come directly from Alcaraz's team sessions. Regardless of origin, the effect is the same. Viewers see gritted teeth, exhausted bodies, and near-collapse moments, all of which scream breaking point. The phrase, breaking people, has become shorthand for these viral training snippets, turning a series of exercises into a larger narrative about human limits. Here's where perception and reality diverge. There is a huge difference between training hard and training recklessly. Professional athletes' regimens are carefully structured with checkpoints, load management, biometric monitoring, and planned recovery. Alcaraz's team has been transparent about their scientific approach to training, precision over chaos. But leaked footage rarely provides this context. Off-camera, there may be cold water recovery tubs, heart rate monitoring, or 2-hour cooldown sessions following a brutal 10-minute sequence. Online, viewers only see the raw intensity, and it's easy to misinterpret that as cruelty. This misinterpretation is amplified by the source of the clips. Many viral sequences aren't officially released by Alcaraz's team, they come from rival trainers, content farms, or channels optimized for shock value and viral clicks. For months, there's been a proliferation of train like Alcaraz content, workouts, gym breakdowns, week-long routines. On their own, these are educational. But stacked against a single minute of raw, unfiltered suffering, even the most methodical regimen looks intimidating. The resulting discourse online is part outrage, part fascination, and part misunderstanding. It's performative, driven by the tension between admiration and horror. It's crucial to stress that none of this should be interpreted as evidence of malicious intent. Alcaraz and his team are not trying to break people. The issue lies in narrative framing. Select clips are being used to suggest that the routine itself is a weapon, and fans, commentators, and critics have latched onto this interpretation. A training philosophy optimized for peak performance suddenly becomes a story about ethics, safety, and morality. So, what does brutal actually look like in a controlled professional setting? The drills are high intensity, designed to simulate the physical demands of 5-set matches in condensed bursts. Sleds and resisted sprints build power, lateral movement drills replicate frantic match conditions, and rest periods are deliberately minimal. Drills that force players to hustle for every marginal ball simulate the kind of endurance and precision needed at the highest level. To an untrained observer, it's almost sadistic, like running a marathon in short, explosive bursts over and over again. But these routines are scientifically structured, designed to produce results without permanent damage, and are part of a larger plan that includes rest, monitoring, and recovery, yet, the leaked clips remove context. Instead of seeing the purpose behind each exercise, viewers see only the struggle: bent-over players, heaving chests, trembling arms. Social media amplifies this visual shorthand, and one frozen frame can define the entire narrative. "This is barbaric," commenters declare. "No doctor would sign off on this." And from there, the conversation spirals. The discourse shifts from discussing smart, targeted training to sensationalized outrage over intensity. Interestingly, much of the "train like Alcaraz" content circulating online is educational. Analysts break down drills, share gym routines, and explore recovery protocols. But stacked next to the leaked footage, even these measured explanations seem intimidating. The narrative becomes one of fear rather than insight, leading to a widespread misreading of what professional athletic training entails. Ultimately, the debate over Alcaraz's training sheds light on a broader cultural tension: the line between admiration for elite performance and moral concern over human limits. People are captivated by what seems impossible, but they are also unsettled by the visual proof of human strain. Alcaraz's team, by contrast, focuses on performance metrics, incremental improvement, and recovery science. The reality is complex, and the internet prefers the simpler story of brutality. Fans and casual viewers are not wrong to notice the intensity. Alcaraz's routine is extreme, even for world-class athletes. But context is everything. Behind every clip of exhaustion is careful planning, monitored health metrics, and a bigger picture strategy that prioritizes long-term performance and injury prevention. Without understanding that framework, the narrative becomes skewed. What is a disciplined, scientific approach looks like recklessness or cruelty. In the end, the story isn't about whether Alcaraz is merciless, it's about how elite training is perceived in a world hungry for instant drama. The leaked clips capture moments of extraordinary effort, filtered through lenses that favor shock over nuance. They provoke awe, admiration, concern, and outrage all at once. But the truth is more mundane. Alcaraz is a young athlete relentlessly pursuing excellence, and what we see on screen is only the tip of the iceberg. These discussions raise important questions about athletic culture, media consumption, and the ethics of virality. They remind us that raw intensity can be misinterpreted without context, that the boundary between performance and pain is nuanced, and that stories of brutal training often reflect more about audience perception than actual malice. For now, the viral clips will continue to circulate, feeding debate, fascination, and speculation. But the real story lies in understanding the balance between ambition, discipline, and science, a balance that allows a 22-year-old like Carlos Alcaraz to push limits that most of us can only imagine, without breaking himself, or anyone else, in the process.